Welcome back. In this video, you're going to learn how to work with tables. I'm going to be teaching you different ways by which you can create tables in this video. So I want you to pay rapt attention and just like you've been doing, all you need to do is to follow what you see me do. So I want you to go to the Insert tab, click the Insert tab. Now when you click the Insert tab, you come to the Tables group. Can you see here? Then you're going to go to the table itself, Add a table. So as you can see, a table is a great way to organize information within your document. So table helps you to organize your information. So I want you to click the table and I want you to move your mouse pointer to this section. Now you see a block of cells here. If you look at it very well, as you're moving around those cells, you will notice that the number is changing. Do you understand as you move around them? Can you see that? Now, one thing I want to teach you from here is that when you have a vertical block, it is called column. Something like this kind of arrangement. Do you understand? Vertical. Something like this. Vertical. So that tells you that this is a column. This is another column like this. This arrangement. Do you understand that? But when you have a horizontal block, you have a row. Something like this. Do you understand that? It's horizontal in nature. Do you understand that? So when you begin to move around the cells, that's the first way to create your table. It will be telling you the number of columns and rows you've selected. And whatever number you see there is the table you're trying to create. So this particular place where my mouse pointer is, you see that I have 7 by 3 table. So which means 7 for columns, 3 for rows. If you have not forgotten, I told you that the vertical arrangement, that is the vertical blocks, are the columns, while the horizontal blocks are the rows. Do you understand that? So don't forget. So what we have here now is column by row. So if you have something by something, it means column by row. Do you understand that? So we have 7 columns by 3 rows table. If you increase it, you're going to have more. So this is 7 by 5 table now. That is 7 columns, 5 rows table. Do you understand that? So it means your table is going to have 7 columns with 5 rows. And if you look at the preview on your document, you will see it there already. So as you move around, you see it reducing. Do you understand that? This is 7 columns, 4 rows. I hope you're getting it. So you could create your table right from this block of cells here. But there's a limitation to this. Now, if you look at it, the highest number of columns here is 10. And the highest number of rows is 8. So if you want to create a, let's say 10 by 9 rows, you cannot create it from here. Or you want to create 12 by 10 table, you cannot create it from this particular section. So you need to understand that. So there's a limitation to this particular section of this table creation. So you need to understand that. So but if what you want to create, the table you want to create is within this capacity, you can go ahead and create it from here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is the first one. I'm going to create it now. Let's do maybe 7 by 5 table. So when you get to the last one, that is the last cell of the table, all you need to do is to click. When you click, it will be created. Do you understand that? So as you can see now, I have my table here, and if you count it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Then we have how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 7 by 5 table. I hope you understand that now. So this is a table that has been created already, and this is the first way by which you can create your table. So I'm going to click under this table. I'm going to hit enter key twice to give a space. So let's learn how to create a table with another method. So go to insert, then go to table. The second way to create your table is to use insert table. So when you click insert table, you have your insert table dialog box, come out, and there you have some settings to make. You have the table size, where you can choose the number of columns you want to create and the number of rows. So you have to specify these numbers depending on what you want to achieve. So when you want to create your table, the first thing you need to do is to do a sketch of what you want to achieve. How many rows do I want? How many columns do I want? However, you need to know that what is most important is number of columns. Number of rows is not that important. So even if you create 2 rows, you can increase your rows as you move within the cells. So automatically when you get to the end of the rows you have in a table and you keep pressing your tab key, it keeps increasing. I'm going to show you that shortly. So what is most important is the number of columns. But that doesn't mean that you cannot increase the number of columns too. Do you understand that? You can increase your number of columns as you continue to work. You can increase the number of rows as well. But it's easier to increase the number of rows than it is to increase the number of columns. Do you understand that now? Now this particular section, we're going to deal with it later as we move on in this video. So this deals with the behavior of your cells. Do you understand that? If you type things there, how they're going to behave. Do you understand that? If you say auto fit to content, is going to, whatever content you put there, the cell is going to expand to fit that text. Do you understand that? So auto fit to window means it will first, fit the content, then fit the window. So it's going to spread across the window. Then you have a column width. It means they're going to have equal columns. Do you understand that? That's what this one does. I hope you get what I'm saying. So we're going to look at them as we move on in the video. So let's move on now. Let's say we want to, just like I told you here, there's no limitation. You can create the number of rows that you want and the number of columns that you want. So let's say we want maybe 12 by 10, which is more than what we could achieve with the first method. 12 by 10. Do you understand that? Then this one, remember dimensions for new tables. If you wanted to remember these dimensions such that when next you come around, you can easily come back here and find the same dimension here. You can select this option. When you select it, then next time it's going to be there. Do you understand that? But I don't want you to remember it because I don't need it. So I'm going to click OK now, and your table will be created right away. I hope you understand. So these are things that you need to know. Let's see the next method by which you could create your table. So when you click at the bottom just press enter twice so that we can leave a space there. So let's go back to the insert button. So this is the third way now. Go to your table. Then we're going to use draw table. So select it. When you select it, this one you have to draw it. So how do you draw? The same way you drew when you were working on shapes, you're going to do the same here. So you're going to hold your left button down. I mean the left button of your mouse now. You're going to hold it down and drag it to your right. Do you understand that? You drag it towards your right. And as you can see now, a cell has been created. So this one, you're going to be drawing cells. So joining them together and all that. Do you understand that? So if I want to add another cell to it, I'm going to start from the edge. Can you see this? And I'm going to draw again. Oh, sorry. That's a mistake. I mean from this edge here. Do you understand? From this bottom. And you're going to drag it up. Do you understand that? Then if you want to draw again, you start from the bottom again. Look at where my pencil is. I'm going to drag from there. You can control the size of those cells you're drawing. Do you understand that? When you get there, it's going to drop and it's going to adjust itself. Do you understand that? Let's move on. I want to create 5 by 4. So as you can see, I have 5 now. So let me go down. Now, what you saw now was a mistake. I didn't click. I was trying to move and it just came out. So we're going to move now. We're going to continue. Let's move on. I'm moving now. So I'm trying to draw it. Just keep drawing. Do you understand that? Keep drawing. Keep drawing. I hope you understand that. So let me do one more. I can even do it from here. Up. It's going to adjust itself, which is the best way to do it. From the bottom, up. Do you understand that? From bottom, up. Now I made a mistake here the other time. I started from top to bottom. That's why you have this there. So from bottom left, up. That's the way to draw. I hope you understand. Bottom left, up. Do you understand that? As you can see now, bottom left, up. It doesn't have to be accurate. It's going to adjust itself. Do you understand that? So I'm going to start the 4th row now. Bottom left, up. Can you see that? Bottom left, up. Can you see that? Bottom left, up. Then you do for this one as well. Then for the last one. Now, if you look at it, you already have your table. Now, how do you switch off the drawing tool? You go to your layout tab, the contextual layout tab under table tools. Can you see here? Then you go to your draw group and off the draw table command. So when you off it, you have your normal stuff. Do you understand that? So that's the way it works. So let's do it again. I want us to try this drawing table again. We'll just do a small one now because of this error here. So let's get it right now. We're going to go back to draw table. All right. Are you ready? Sorry. Click outside the table here. Then press enter to give a space. Then let's go back to insert. Go to table. Then go to draw table. Are you there now? Don't forget that I said for you to draw, you draw from bottom left up. So you drag it up. Can you see this? So when you're okay with it, you drop it. Do you understand that? Then you can begin to draw again from bottom left. Don't forget, from bottom up. You draw from bottom up. I hope you're getting it now. So let's just do 3 by 3. Can you see this? So this is the third one I'm doing. Okay. So you're still going to start from bottom here, up, to join the other one. Can you see that? From bottom, don't forget, from bottom, up. Do you understand that? So this 3 by 2 table now. We can add one more from bottom for you to master it. Okay. So it doesn't have to be accurate. Just draw it. Let it almost meet the other one. It's going to adjust it by itself. Can you see that? When you drop it, it will adjust. Look at this. So this is 3 by 3 table. Now if I want to off it, you see, I can go to under layout tab. Can you see table tools? Then I say off. And as you can see now, it's off now. Can you see now this is the balanced table? I hope you understand that. You have all the grid lines showing. So we're going to move on. Okay. Right away. All the borders are showing, not grid lines, sorry. So now the next phase that I want to show you is to go back to insert, go to table. Can you see convert text to table? That's the next one that I want to show you. Now the first thing we're going to do is to type the text. Then we'll convert the text to table. Now give another space. Let's type some things we want to use to make table. Let's say we want to use serial number. Now how you separate these things? Is it that you use a comma to separate it, or you use tab? Do you understand that? But I prefer comma. So serial number, let's say surname, comma, first name, comma, let's say age, comma, let's say gender. So this is going to be your first row. So you create them row by row. This is row 1 now. So we already have 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 columns, 1 row now. So let's press enter key. When you press enter key, you start your table normally. So the first one you created is the header, the table header. So now we want to create the table body now. Okay. So you're going to put 1. Then you use comma, space. What is the surname? Let's say Alan, comma, Smith is the first name, comma, what is the age? 35, comma, what is the gender? Do you understand that? Then let's go to another one. So we have row 2. Then row 3 now. What is the surname for this person? Let's say John, comma, William, comma, 27, age, comma, then male. So let's put one more, a lady, comma. So the comma separates them into the columns. So you need to understand that. Let's say who should we use now? Rebecca, comma, Joy. Let's say Joy, comma, 28, comma, female. Now we've typed this. this is the text we want to convert to a table. Now, after typing it, the next thing you're going to do is to select it. So when you select the text, you know how to select now. So select the text now. Then you're going to go back to Insert tab, then come to Table. Then you go to Convert Text to Table. Now, as you can see, it has shown you the number of columns here already. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 columns, which is correct. How many rows do we have here? 4. 1, can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand that? Now, auto fit behavior, we want fixed column width. That is, you should give them equal column. If you say auto fit content, it's going to be fitted to the content. So it means the size of the columns will differ. Do you understand that? Based on the content that is in them. So you need to understand that. Auto fit would fit the content, then fit the window. I hope you understand that. Now, how do you want to separate text in the table? We use comma to separate those texts. Do you understand that? So commas, can you see that is what we are using? So when we say OK now, you see that the table will be created for us. Can you see the table? So you can click out and see. Can you see that now? So this is another way to create your table. Do you understand? Let's look at the next way by which you can create your table. So go to Insert, then go to your table. Now, this particular one, Excel spreadsheet, this one incorporates a table from the spreadsheet into this document. Do you understand that? So when you click it, if you have a table on an Excel spreadsheet, it's going to bring it here. Do you understand that? So, but if you don't have anything there, then there's nothing it's going to bring. So, but let me just demonstrate it for you. Excel spreadsheet, you click it. You're going to wait for it to load it. You'll wait for it. As you can see now, this is the Excel sheet that it has brought out. If you look at it, people that are familiar with it will know that this is Excel already. So let's just enter something here for us to have something to put here. So let's say we have serial number just like the table above. Not to waste time, you use tab key, okay, to move within the cells. So the tab key on the keyboard. Then let's type surname. You're still going to learn this when you work on Excel. So let's put age. Let's put gender. Can you see this? So let's come here, click. Let's say number 1, tab Alan, tab Smith, tab 35, male. You know, we're not supposed to be typing at all, but we're typing because there's no document on Excel to demonstrate this. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you have a document on Excel, this is the way. Once you open it, you just what's it called now? Draw it to your Microsoft Word document. So, but I want to put something there for us to use. So, John, tab, William, capital. Then we have 27. Then we have male. Let's put one more because of women. Gender balance. Joy. 28. Then we have female. Do you understand that? So if you now click outside on your document, you see that that has been created for you already. Can you see that? So this is a table that you have here already from your Excel sheet. I hope you understand that. That's a third way of creating a table. So I want you to click here, or I don't think we need this. So because it's just to import a table from your Excel spreadsheet into the Word document. So I don't need it. I will just click the line of the table and press my delete key. So I've deleted that. So let's go to the last one, the fifth way by which you can create tables. So you have the quick tables. Still go to your insert tab, then table, then come to quick tables. So under the quick tables, there are built-in tables that you have in the library that you can choose from. Look at them. You can scroll down to see them. So you have calendar, you have calendar, you have different types of calendar. You have tables that have been created already. You have matrix, can you see that? You have tabular list. You have some other ones there that you can choose from. Let's say I want something like this, matrix. I can choose that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Depending on what you want to achieve. So let's bring in this matrix first of all. As you can see now, we have this table here inserted. So if what you want to do looks like this, you can easily edit this. Do you understand what I'm saying? To, suit what you want to do. I hope you understand that. So, but if it doesn't relate to what you want to do, you don't need to bring this. Do you understand that? That's why you are taught how to create your own table. So all these designs that you're seeing here, you can equally apply it to the ones that we've created, and you're still going to learn that shortly. So, but this is like a template that you have to work with if what you want to do is similar to this. Do you understand that? So that's why they gave you those templates. So it's not compulsory that you have to use those quick styles. They are just there, just like the word signifies, quick. That is, you need a style that you can quickly work on. So if this style looks like what you want to achieve, you can quickly use this, then edit this to suit what you want to achieve. Do you understand that? So that is the fifth way by which you can create your table. So now the ball is in your court to use any style you want. Now I'll proceed to start telling you, I've told you what column means and what row means. Now, how do you make selections within a table? That's the next thing I want to teach you. How to make a selection within a table. So just like I told you, the vertical arrangement is a column. Do you understand that? Something like this. But the horizontal arrangement is the row. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are rows, each of them like this, while these are columns. Now, how do you select a column, for example? You need to move your mouse to the top of the column that you want to select, and an arrow will show, a black arrow, black-headed arrow, like this one that you're seeing. As you can see, I'm pointing to the first column now. I'm on top of it, and I can click now to select. So as you can see, this first column has been selected. Let's move to second column to select it. Can you see it? Second column, select. Move to third column, select. That's how to select columns. Now, what if you want to select multiple columns? How do you do that? Very simple. If you want to select multiple columns that are arranged consecutively, let's say from column 1 to 5, column 1 to 4, you want to select column 1 to 4. How to do that is to select the first one, then you hold the shift key on your keyboard down, then click the last column that you want to select. As you can see, the 4 columns have been selected without stress. Do you understand that? So you can, if you want to deselect, how do you do that? You click outside of the selection, just like you did when you were selecting on the normal document. So you can click now, deselected. I hope you understand that. So what if you want to select more than 4? You select the first one, then hold your shift key to select this. I've selected 6 columns. What if you don't want to select first column? So wherever you start I'll click outside to deselect. If I want to select 2 to 3 or 2 to 4, column 2 to 4, so I'll select the first one, then hold my shift key to select 2, 3, 4. Can you see that? So that's the way it works for consecutive columns. Now, what if you want to select non-consecutive columns? That is, you want to select column 1, 3, and 5. They are not arranged in such a way that they follow each other, and you want to select them. How do you do that? You first select the first one just like you did for the other one, but instead of using shift key, you use your control key now. So hold the control key, then select the one you want to select. Do you understand that? So that's how to make selections. Do you understand that? So I want to deselect. Now that is for columns. Now, how do you select rows? Very simple. You still make use of your selection tab. Do you understand that? So you have the selector tab here, this margin space. Now, if you move close to the row that you want to select, all you need to do is just to click there. Do you understand that now? If you move close to it like this, you can click to select that row. Can you see that? Can you see that? So that's the way to select. To deselect, click outside of the selection. Very simple. Now, what if you want to select multiple rows that are consecutive? Do you understand that now? So all you need to do the same way we did for column. You're going to select the first one, then hold the shift key to select the other ones. Do you understand that? You go to the last one and select it. Do you understand that? So that's the way to select. So what if you want to select the ones that are not consecutive? You select the first one that you want to select, then hold the control key to select the next one that you want to select. Hold the control key to select the next one, don't drop it. When you are done, then you release your control key. That's it. Do you understand that? To select consecutive rows, all you need to do is to select the first one, hold the shift key and select the last one. Do you understand that? Same with column. Select the first one, hold the shift key and select the last column that you want to select. So that's the way it works. Now, what if you want to select the entire table? How do you do that? Very simple. All you need to do is to come to the edge, the top left edge of your table. You see this symbol here, and until you have the four-headed arrow, don't click it. So as you can see, I have the four-headed arrow, then I'm going to click on that icon there, and that's going to select my entire table for me. Do you understand that? So that's how it works. I hope you got that now. I hope you got that. So it's very simple. Just walk around all these things and you discover that there's nothing there. You can walk around them. So I think you've learned something from this one now. So we're going to move on now. I want to teach you how to add. So I'm going to scroll down to the one that has text. How do I add more rows and more columns? Look at this particular table now. This table has 5 columns and 4 rows. What if I want to increase the number of rows? I've come to the end of the row here. Does it mean that's the end? No. You can add more rows in 2 ways. The first way is when you get to the end of the row. That is if you want to add a row at the end of the table. You click just in the last cell of the row. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you're going to hit tab key on your keyboard. You're going to press tab key on your keyboard to go to the next row. So when you press it, you see that you have created another row automatically. Do you understand what I'm saying? This only works when you want to create a row at the end of the table. Do you understand that? But to create a row in between 2 and 3, you cannot do that. It won't work. So how do you create a row in between number 2 and number 3? So there are 2 ways to do that. You either come to, this is the advantage that Microsoft Word 2016 has now. So you can come in between the 2 rows and you see a positive sign. This means if you want to create a row in between these two, click this plus and that row will be created. So when I click now, that plus sign, a row is going to be created for me in between the two of them. Can you see that? So you need to look at where you want that row to be, then do that. I hope you got that. So that's the way it works. Do you understand that? So to create a row in between, you have to come in between those rows to create it. Do you understand? Another way to create a row in between, let's say between 1 and 2. How do I create that now? You click anywhere between the two rows, then you go to Layout tab. When you come to the Layout tab, under Table Tools, not the normal layout now, I'm talking about Layout tab under Table Tools. Do you understand that? So when you click it, don't forget that I said these are contextual tabs. They came out because we're working on table. So they are part of the Table Tools. So when you click the Layout tab, you come to the Rows and Columns section. That is the Rows and Columns group. So you can see Insert above, Insert below. So look at where my insertion point is now. If I want the row to be above this, that is to be in between 1 and 2, it has to be above. If I click Insert below, it's going to be between these two and this empty row. Do you understand that? So if I want to use the Insert below, I have to be here first of all to be on row 2, sorry. So if I click Insert below now, it has to be between 1 and 2. So this is what you need to understand. I hope you got that now. The other one, Insert left and right, has to do with the columns. We're still going to use that shortly. Do you understand that now? So let's click Insert below now to see it. Can you see that the row has been created? I hope you got it now. So let me undo. Let me click here on number 2 and let's use Insert above. You see that it will be in the same space. Can you see that? So that's how to create more rows on your table. Now, how do you create more columns? The same way you've done for rows. The only exception is that you cannot come to the end like this and press tab and you create another column. No, if you press tab, it's going to take you to another row, which is row 2 now. Can you see that? So that's what you need to understand. It only affects your rows, and that is when you are at the end of the last row that can work. Do you understand that? So you need to get that right. So how do you create more columns? Let's say I want another column between serial number and surname. I have to come in between them until I see this plus sign. So when I see the plus sign, I click it and it creates another column for me. Can you see that? So I have another column right away. Do you understand that? So that's the way it works. Anywhere you want the column to be, you can create. Can you see it? Anywhere in between, you can create it. So that's the advantage of Microsoft Word 2016. Do you understand that? If you go to the earlier versions of Microsoft Word, you are not likely to find that there. Do you get that now? So let's use the second option now. If I want another column between age and first name, look at it now. I'm here now. So I'll go to the Layout tab. Then since I want the column to be in between first name and age, look at where my insertion point is. The column is going to be inserted to the right of this insertion point. So it means it's going to be before age now. It will be in between the first name and age. Do you understand? What if you use left? It means it's going to be inserted to the left of this insertion point, which means it's going to be in between surname and first name. I hope you got that clearly. So that's the way it is. So if I say insert left now, you see where it is. So, and that is not what I want to achieve. So you're going to click undo. It's to the right. Can you see that? So let's say I want to add middle name or mid name. Let me just call it anything. Then here, let me say I want to add, let's see, what should I put here? Email. Do you understand? Something like that. Can you see that? So as you can see now, I have created that already. So That's how to create more columns on your table. Do you get that? Now, how do you move around within your table? You need to get that. Now, I'm going to use, okay, let me first use this one to demonstrate for you. As you can see now, from here, from this particular number 1, if I want to move to the second cell here, I have to press tab key. Can you see that? To move again, tab, 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 tab. That's how to move within cells in a table. Do you understand that? However, you can use your mouse to click anywhere you want to work as well. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. I hope you're getting it. Now, let's assume that you want to move. You can also use your direction keys to move. Do you understand that? The only exception is that when you move to a particular cell and you're using, like now I'm using the right arrow key or the right navigation key, I have to travel around the text first before it can go to the next cell. Do you understand? Just like this. Can you see that? That's the only difference. I hope you're getting it now. So you can use it to move whichever way, up, down. Can you see that? Left. So something like that. So that's how to move within a table. I hope you're getting it now. So that's how to navigate. Now, your tab key helps you to navigate to the right, while shift tab helps you to navigate to the left. So shift tab brings it back, while the tab takes it forward. Do you understand that? Right, left. Moving right, tab. Moving left, shift tab. Do you understand that? So you can do that. So if I press tab key now twice and I want to come back, I use my shift, you hold it down, then you press tab key with it, then it will come back. Do you understand that? So that's how to navigate within your table. I hope you got that clear. So let's assume that we want to create one more row above this serial number. Now we want to make it a title column. How do we do that? All I need to do is to click at the beginning. Do you understand that? And what do I do from here to create a row above this? After all, if you come here now, you can't see plus because you are not creating in between. So you have to go to your layout tab and use insert above, and you're going to have it there. Do you understand that? Now, I want my title to cover the entire columns. So I want to merge all these columns to become one. So how do you merge the cells? So I have how many cells now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to merge 7 cells to become one. How do I achieve that? I have to select everything together. After selecting them, then I'm going to come to Layout tab under Table Tools, come to the Merge Group. Can you see the Merge Group? Then I'm going to use Merge Cells. If you click out now, you will notice that it has become one. So I can type across. Now, let's say I want to put, let's say, Smith Secondary School. Database. So let's say this is what I want to put here. As you can see now, it becomes the title for this, what's it called now, table. Now, I can highlight this now, select it, go to Home, then bring it to the center, just like you do the normal alignment. Do you understand that now? As you can see, look at it now. So I can also apply formatting to this. Maybe I want it bold to be the heading. Do the normal formatting to the text here, the same way you've been working, formatting other text on the normal document. You can do the same here in the table. Do you understand that? So that's what you need to get. I hope you got that. Very good. So we're going to move on. Now, what if you want to bring this text back? These cells back. You want to split this particular row into the cells. You matched them together, but you want to bring it back. So you're going to select the cell back, the row, then you're going to go back to Layout tab, then go to the Merge Group and click Split Cells. How many? You have 7 here. So you're going to select 7 and you're going to select just one row, and that's going to break it back. As you can see now, you have it back. So the only thing you need to do here is to align all these cells to the line. Do you understand that? So I'm going to teach you how to now do that. So how do you align the cells? You bring your mouse pointer to touch the line until you have this symbol that you're seeing. Then you hold your mouse down and shift it to align. Can you see that? So go to the next one, do it. Can you see that? To align. I'm going to shift this one to the right to align. Can you see that? I'm going to shift this one to the left to align. I'm going to shift this one to the left to align. Can you see that now? So I've brought back the cells. Do you understand that? So I advise you, before you merge cells, be sure. That's why you need to have a rough sketch of your table before you go ahead to start creating them, for you to be accurate while creating your table. Do you understand that? So you should have a rough sketch. Okay, this is what I want to achieve. Then you can start deploying those things on the table. So you need to get that right. I hope you got that now. Very good. So the next thing I want to teach you is to learn how to delete. So how do you delete? So you select the row that you want to delete. Then you go to the Layout tab, go to the draw section. Draw is just these two. You go to delete. Then you click the drop down button. Have you seen that? Then the next thing you're going to do is to click delete rows. Can you see that that has been taken out now? What if I want to delete a column? I'm going to select the column. You now know how to select a column. Then the next thing you're going to do is go to delete and delete the column. Can you see delete columns? Then delete the column. I hope you got that now. What if I still want to delete this one? Yes, you can. You go there, click, then click delete column. I hope you understand now. So that's the way to delete rows and columns. Now, I didn't teach you how to select cell the other time. I taught you how to select rows and columns. So if you want to select cells, it's so simple. You bring your mouse pointer to the bottom left of your cell, and this arrow is going to show. It looks like an arc like that. Something like this. Then you click when you have that. You want to click the other one, look at it. Look at the symbol. Look at the symbol. Look at the symbol. Can you see that? So that's how to select cells. Do you get that now? So to select more than 2 cells, you need to hold your shift key to select them. I hope you understand. So the same way, if you want to select non-consecutive cells, you click the first one, then hold your your control key, then select the other cells that you want to select. I hope you understand that. So that's that about that. So I'm going to create one more column now to the right of this gender. One more column. So insert right. So I'm going to call it passport. So you can also insert pictures in the cells of a table. So let's say for Alan Smith, age 35 male, I have a passport for him. How do I do that? I'll click there where I want the picture to be. Then I'll go to insert, just like I insert pictures. Then I'll go to pictures. You go to pictures. Then out of the pictures you can select any one of them. So I'm just going to select one because I don't have any human picture here. So I'm going to select this Word 2016 as a picture. Then I'm going to click insert. So As you can see now, look at the picture. It's so big. So what do I do now? I need to make this picture to, fit into this, what's it called now? Into the cell. I hope you get what I'm saying. So I need to make it fit. So what do I do? I can resize it. Do you understand what I'm saying? To the point that, it comes to align. I hope you get what I'm saying. So you can resize it. You can also select auto fit content. But I'm not sure it's going to work for picture, because that will only work for, as you can see now, it can only work for the text that you have. Okay? But for this, you can reduce it by yourself. I hope you get what I'm saying now. So how do you do that? You click. You know how you've been reducing pictures before. Like I said, make it square to make it easy for you to move it as you want. Can you see that I'm reducing it? You know how to reduce picture already, so work on it until you have what you want to achieve. Can you see that? So I now have this. I hope you understand. I can move it up now. Sorry. I want to be on the 1. Can you see this? So I have the picture there already. So if you want to do for the other ones, you can do it. Let's say here also, I want a picture here. How do I do that? I need to click here, then go to pictures again, insert pictures. Let me just bring this in. Maybe I can use something like this. Let me see if there's any better picture. Okay, let's use this house. So can you see? Still same. So what do? You reduce it. But I think for this particular one, to make it easy for you, you don't have to change it to square, because it's within a table. So you can leave it at, see what is there in line with text, so that it will be in line with the text. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you are not moving it around, you just want it to be within this cell. So leave in line with text, as it would ease your reduction. Do you understand that now? So you can leave that. Okay? So as you can see now, I have another one there. Do you understand? You see that this one is more fitted. So I can change this one back to in line with text, and it will be fitted. Do you understand that? So can you see that? You want one more for this? How do you do it? Click there, go to insert, go to pictures. I hope you're getting it. Then let's select another picture now. Let's say we want this. Then insert. Then I can reduce this now. Do you understand that? Can you see it? Until I'm satisfied. So if I'm okay, I'll drop it. Can you see this? It's too big, so I still want to reduce it more. Okay. So as you can see now, I have all of them here. So if I wanted to drag to draw more, I can do it. So as you can see, this is what we have now. I hope you understand. So you can work around it. Now, I will teach you how to expand your column and your rows. So I demonstrated one for you the other time. Let's say I want to expand this particular surname column. Maybe I have a name that is longer than Rebecca, and it's not entering into this place, and I want to expand. I can expand by coming to the line. Look at the line here. But preferably, you should use this top column width for you to have an accurate movement. So when you get to the width, you're going to see 2 headed arrows coming out. Then you can drag it. So that's going to expand it for you. Do you understand that? You can also do for this one. This one, you trace it up. This is it. then you can drag it. So you have that liberty to edit. I hope you get what I'm saying. You can also come to the row to do the same thing. Look at it here. This one. You can drag it down if you are not okay with what you're saying. Do you understand that? You can drag it back. So you have that liberty to walk around those things. I hope you're getting it now. So these are things that you can do with your table. Don't forget I said you can, edit them, format all these things. You can make this bold after selecting it, give it another color of your choice and all that. Do you understand that? So that is what you can do. Now I'm going to go to here now. Let's say I want okay, this place now you still have space that you can type here, but let's go to the first table we created. Let's say mistakenly you were supposed to type some things before creating this first table here. Now if you click, you cannot click anywhere and have your text, your insertion point come out, because your table has filled the space. So this is the margin already. So, but you want to have a space to type text before this table. How do you do it? You click at the first, look at it, the beginning of that cell. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you click at the beginning, you hit enter key. When you do that, you're going to have that space. Do you understand what I'm saying? The beginning, enters. This one will not work because you already have a space up here, so it's not going to work. Do you understand that? So, but for the first one that doesn't have anything, it's going to work for it. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that space will be created for you. So it is created for tight, times that you are in a tight corner. I hope you got that. So that's how it works. So let's move on. I want to show you other things. Now, I want to format this table in a way. I've shown you how to select a table by clicking the entire table. Now I'm going to go to the design tab. So in the design tab, you have styles to choose from. And when you select them, you can hover around them and see the way they're going to look. So let's say I want to select this, for example. Look at the way it's going to look. Can you see this? So you have quite a number of them to choose from. Do you understand that? So you can select the table again. If you are not satisfied, change it. Can you see? Look at them. So to see more of that, you can scroll up, start from the beginning. Do you understand that? Hover around them to see how they look. This is the normal grid. Do you understand that? Look at the other ones. You can begin to move to see what you like. I hope you get what I'm saying. So you scroll down here, begin to move until you see what you like. Do you understand that? You begin to move until you begin to see what you like. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Do you understand that? So you have that liberty to choose. I hope you're getting it. So let's say I want this first one here, plain table. Let's say this is what I want, and I've selected it. Look at the table now. Look at the way it is. So now, when I select this table now, look at it. This table has header row. So if I say you should remove the header row, you won't see it there again. Can you see that? So you're going to have everything banded. So this is first. You see that banded, next plain, next banded, next plain, next banded. That's what you're going to have. But because I say header row, so it's going to leave the first row, then start the banded from the first column. So that means the first one is the header. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I've just said is that you should not, you should give a header row to this. And you should apply banded rows. So if you don't want banded rows, you deselect and you're going to have everything plain. Do you understand? You can also have banded columns instead of the rows. As you can see, this banded, this banded, this banded. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you say you should differentiate the first column, can you see? If you now say remove the first column, the first column will be banded, then you have plain banded. Do you understand that? That's the way it is. So you have your choice to make. If you say, oh, last column, I don't want it to be banded, you can select that. If you say first column, last column are banded, can you see? The last, the first are not banded. I hope you understand. So just play around them until you have what you desire. Now I'm going to select the banded rows. Can you see these banded rows? You can combine the banded rows and banded columns. But I don't want banded columns. I want banded rows. Do you understand that? So I'm going to use banded rows. Do you understand that? So let me use banded rows. So this is banded rows and it has a table header. So this header, now let's say I want to give it a shading different from all these ones. I'll select that row. You know how to select rows now. Just come beside it, click, then you go to shading, then you can select the color you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can choose the color that you want to put there. So let's say I want this color now. Of course, you know that you can now leave black in this color because it won't show well. So you need to change the text color as well. So how do you do that? So all you need to do is to go back to your home tab, come to where you have your text color, then you can change it to maybe white and it's going to come out well. Can you see this? So I'll just play around colors. Do you understand that? So I'm going to go back to the table and I'm going to go to back to design. So I'm going to select plain now. Do you understand that? Now if you notice, the first row is not showing because we made it white and we've turned everything back to white. That's why it's not showing. So to bring it out, you've got to select the row and go back to your home tab and change the text color to automatic. And it's going to show. So look at this. Peradventure you want your own design. You don't even want to follow their design. You want to add your own shading to anyone that you want. You can do that. You can say, okay, this first column, first row, I'll select it and give it my own shading. You can do the shading from here. Can you see shading? Select, then give it the shading that you want. You can say, okay, this is the color I want for this first one. You can say for the second row, I want a lighter row, a lighter column. Sorry, lighter color. Can you see that? You can say for the third one, I want a lighter one. So you have the liberty to do anything you want. Can you see this? So it depends on what you want as a person. So since you know how to use all those things, work around them, design it the way you want. Mine is to show you the tools. Yours is to be creative about what you want to do. I hope you understand that now. So you need to get that. I hope that is clear. Fine. So you now know how to use all this shading. The same shading here is the same shading you're seeing here. Do you understand that? So they've just brought all the tools together for you so that under design you can do all that. Now the next one I want to talk about is the border styles. These are your borders, all these lines round your cells. So if I select this and I want to change the borders style, I can change it by coming to this place, then select the kind of border that I want. So let's say I want this border now, double border. All I need to do is to, after selecting it, see this particular what was it called now, tool in my hand, like a painter, like a brush sort of. So all you need to do is just to click one of these lines. Once you click the lines, it's going to show. Then all you need to do again is to now go to your borders. Look at it. When you come to borders, you click all borders and everything is going to show. Do you understand that? So you're going to have everything. Can you see this? So these are things that you can achieve with your border. Do you understand that? So you can also change the color of your pen. Do you understand that? Let's select it back, and let's say we want blue. If I click now, it's going to change it to blue. So if I want it to affect all the entire table, I mean all the borders, as I've selected, I only need to go to all borders, then select all borders, and it will affect everything and change it. But if I just want maybe some areas to have another touch of a color, I can select that. All I need to do is just to select the lines. Once I touch the lines, it will change. Do you understand that? Let's say this box, and I want this box also to change. Do you understand that? It's your choice. You have that choice to make. I hope you understand that. So that's what you can do with all this. So when you are done with this, you can off the border painter. So it means you are done with the work. I hope you understand that. So this is what you need to understand. So look at it now. So you have different borders that are showing, different border styles. So you have the liberty to choose from all these ones. Let's say, for example, I want this 3 point to be that big. All I need to do is to select everything, come to this place, select the 3 point. Do you understand that? Then maybe select one line. Then after doing that, go to all borders, make it all borders. Can you see this? So you're at liberty to do anything you want. Look at them. You have different types of borders as well. You can choose any from here. You can make it this. Click the first one. Once you click the first one, you go to all borders, then say all borders. Then you're going to have that. So that's how to work with the design tab under table tools. So let's go to, so let me change this because I don't want this. I want a different line entirely. I want this, then I want the color to be black. So I'm going to turn it back. Okay. So let me click one of the lines, then I'll go to all borders and make everything to be that. So do you understand that now? So play around it. So we're done with this. So let me go back to layout now. Now, I've talked about the draw table. The eraser is to erase a particular line that you don't want. As you can see now, it will take off the border. If I don't want this border, I can take it off. Can you see that? So it has brought these two together. Do you get that now? That's what eraser does. So I'm going to undo it. I want those things back. Do you understand? So it's like that. So I'm going to off the eraser because I don't need it again. I hope you get what I'm saying. So when you put on the eraser, the grid would show also. That is, when you delete a border, the grid will still show there to show you that, okay, there's something here. So that's what your grid line does. Do you understand that? Because you need to be clear with that. So I'm going to move on. So I'll do off the eraser. So I'll undo to bring it back. So the next thing I want to show you now is I've taught you delete. I've taught you all of this. I've taught you merge cells and split cells. Then let me teach you the split table. Let's say I want to split this table into two. I have how many rows here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say I want to break it into, maybe from this place, I want it to become another table. How do I do it? I'll click where I want the break to come. Then I'll go to split table and it will break it. As you can see now, I have this as a separate table and I have this as a separate table. So you have two tables now. Do you understand that? So that's how to do it. All right. Now, the next thing I want to show you, I've taught you this, is this auto fit. Let me type something here. First and foremost, let me select all first. Then let's go to auto fit. Then let's say fixed column width. Now, fixed column width will not work now because we have a picture section. And this picture cannot fit. Do you understand that? So you can't have fixed column width anymore. Do you understand that? And the auto fit content will, just fit the text you have in that column. So as you can see now, if you look at this 35 age and things like that, It's just the size of the text there that the column adjusts to. Do you understand that? So as you can see, all of them now, it has adjusted to the size of the content inside the cell. Do you understand that? So that's the way AutoFit works. AutoFit contents. Let's look at AutoFit windows. Now it's going to fit your windows. It will spread the table across the window to occupy the entire size of your window. That's what AutoFit window does for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the fixed column will just make everything to have equal size. Do you understand what I'm saying? All these columns will have equal size. But it's not possible now because of all the alterations we've made. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. Take, for example, let's use one that we have not altered. So let's say this one now. Let me just expand this a little. So let me select this table. Can you see that? And let's go back to AutoFit and use fixed column. Okay, it won't work because I have just adjusted this as well now. Do you understand that? But what fixed column does for you is that it's going to leave it as a fixed size. The width is going to be fixed. So what is there is what you're going to have. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's what you need to understand about all these things. I hope you got it. Very good. So, but when you come to distribute columns, look at it now. This one gives you, sorry, I was mixing the distribute column. Let's look at the distribute column. You see that it will have equal size. Do you understand that? So it's different from the fixed column. The fixed column gives it the exact width that you assign to it. So it's different from distribute column. Distribute columns makes all of them to have equal columns. Do you understand that? So also distribute rows, make all of them to have equal rows. I mean equal sizes in rows. So one row will not be bigger than the other. I hope you get what I'm saying. So these are things that you need to understand. So for example, if you click here now, I say distribute columns. You're going to have equal columns. This is what I wanted to do the other time. Sorry for that. It was a mistake. This is fixed column. It's going to be fixed. So whatever size you assign to the width is what is going to be there. Do you understand that? So that's the difference between this and the distribute columns. Do you understand that? So distribute columns will distribute the columns across the window size. Do you understand? Give them equal sizes. Do you understand that? So that's how it works. So distribute rows will make all of them to have equal size. It will take the biggest row and make the rest of the rows to have that kind of size. Can you see that? So that's what distribute rows does. So if you don't want it, you can bring it back. Do you understand that now? So I'm sure you've learned something from there. Very good. Now this text align, you need to know that text alignment. Now let's say, for example, all this text, I don't want them to rest on top. As you can see, they are taking the top position of the cell. This is the cell now. This is the top position here. Can you see it? Can you see that? So if I don't want them to be there, let's say I want them to be at the center, I can select that row, bring it to the center. Can you see that? If I want them to take center, to align center, but still stay at the top, look at it. This one is left top. Look at it. This one is top center. This one is what? Top right. So depending on what you want to achieve, if I want bottom left, I can do it. All of them will be pushed to the left and to the bottom of the cell. Do you understand that? So this is the original position that we have for this particular cell. Do you understand that? For the row, sorry. So these are things that you need to know. Now, what about text direction? You can change the text direction. So let's say, for example, this text, I want to change the direction. All I need to do is to select the cell or the text, come to direction. Can you see it? As I'm clicking, it's changing it to something else. Do you understand that? So you can do that after you've typed the text, or do that before you type the text. So let's say, for example, let me take it back. This is normal. So let me delete this text. Okay, let me leave this. Let me type here now. Number 2. Let's say this is number 2 now. And I want to type here. I want to have a particular direction. So I will click to show this is not what I want to achieve. So let's say this is what I want to achieve. Let's say Belarus. Can you see that? So you can also change your text direction here. I hope you understand that. Very good. So I'm going to change the direction back because I don't want that. Sorry. This is normal. I'm going to change it back. So now the next one is the cell margins. Just like you assign margins to your document, you can also set the margin of your cells. So let's look at the effect now. The space between this one and this line is the margin. Do you understand that now? If I type a full text on this cell now, let's say I have Alan Smith is coming. Now the space between is and this is the margin. Do you understand that? The space between A and this is the margin. However, because this is left alignment, you really can't say it is yet. But if I select this text and I go to home and I say justify, then the space between this line and this S is the margin. The space between this and this is the margin. But I can change that setting simply by clicking. I can do that for the entire table. Let's go back to layout. Let's go to cell margins. Now look at it. So you can set the top, that is the space between this line and the text, the bottom settings. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like that. So how do you achieve that? Very simple. You only need to start increasing. If you increase, it will drop it down. Let's also increase the bottom. Do you understand that? Then let's increase the left and right. Do you understand that? So let's see this. Can you see that the space has increased now? Look at the space between one and this. Look at the space between this line and this. Between this and this. Between your top border and the text. So if you fill this cell now, you will see the space between the bottom border and the text as well. Do you understand that? So those are your margins. So you can do that within this space, cell margins. Do you understand that? Now, another thing I want to show you is the default cell spacing. The space between these cells, that is between this 4 cell and this cell. You see that there's absolutely no spacing. But you can leave a space. You can allow a space there. So I can increase the space I want there. Do you understand that? So you can select this option, automatically resize to fit content. That is, it should resize the content. It should resize the cell to fit the content inside. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is if you want it. So if I say, okay, now look at what we have now. Can you see this? So this is what you can achieve with all these options. So you can do that here. If you don't want it again, you can set it back to 0. Do you understand that? And you're going to have it. You see that? So these are things that you could do with your margins. So there's still space. That's why you have that. If you don't want space, you click, you disable the allow spacing, then you have okay. Then you're going to have your table back the way it was originally. I hope you understand that. So that's the way it works. Now, I'll also talk about text. How to convert this table back to text. You know, originally we created this table using text. We first typed the text, then afterwards we now converted it to table. Now you can also convert a table back to text. Do you understand? When you have a table, you can convert it to text. How do you do that? You select the table, go to convert to text under layout tab on the table tools. Then you're going to determine how you want to separate the text. How? Is it by tabs, by comma? We used commas the other time. So if you want to take it back to comma, you can use it. I say okay. And you're going to have all those things separated. Can you see them now? So, but let's click on do to bring them back. Let's use tab. Let's use tab now. Look at tab. Can you see it? Segregated all of them. Do you understand that? So that's how it works. I hope you got that. So you can do that. Then the final one I want to talk about is the formula. So I'll just teach you some there, how to make additions. So let me push this to the second page. Okay, there's still something I want to show you. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Now, if you look at this table now, it has dropped to the second page. But you see that this table has a header. If you want this header to show on the second page, there's something you could do. So all you need to do is to select this, go back to your layout, then come to this section where you have repeat header rows. Do you understand that? Then when you select it, you're going to have it being repeated on the, oh sorry, I'm going to come back. I guess, let me click. So I've selected that. Can you see it now? I selected the table first of all. That was a mistake. You were not supposed to select the table. You only want this to affect this other part of the table, which is in page 2. Do you understand that? So that's how to do it. So if you off it, it's not going to show again. Can you see that? So all you need to do is to click at the header, then repeat header rows. It's going to repeat it on the remainder of the table on the second page. Can you see that? So if you have a table that is long and you want the beginning of each page to carry a header, that's the simple thing you need to do. So if you have 100 pages of this table that is that long, for example, if you type a database for a company that has maybe about 500 records, and you want each of these header to appear on each of the page, that's all you need to do. So you only need to click at the header, then the first header, then click repeat header rows, and that's going to be duplicated across. Do you understand? If you don't want it again, click there, then click repeat header rows to disable it, and you're not going to have it there again, as you can see now. Do you understand that? So that's that about that. So the next thing I want to do, I'm going to push this to the next page. I want to have it on the next page so everything can be together to occupy one page. So I'm using enter key to push it. So look at it now. This is what I have. Now, this one that you're looking at now, I want to calculate. Let's say I have 24 here. Let's say I have 35 here. You can fill the table. You now know how to do that. And I want to sum up these numbers here. I want to have the total of all these numbers here. I can calculate it. All I need to do is to click here, then go to layout, then go to formula. Can you see formula equals sum above? So what I'm saying is that it should sum everything that is above. It will not sum this text because this is the header. This table recognizes the header of the table. So, and because this is text, it's not going to factor that into the calculation. It will only take the numbers. So only the characters that are number data type will be factored into the calculation. So if you click here now, as you can see, sum above, it will sum everything above, and you're going to have the sum here. So if I say okay, look at it now. If you use your calculator to calculate this is what you're going to have. I hope you got that clearly. So that's the way it works. I'm sure you've learned something from this one also. Now, the next thing I want to do, let me fill the rest. I'm going to change this number to 3. I'm taking my time to teach you this because I want to get it right so I can work with any kind of table. So this is number 5. So let's look at, let's just put something there. Braid. Happy. Female. Okay. And let's say this one, number 6. Let's just put something there. Joy. What do we put here? Let's put Collins. Then let's put male here. Now I want to sort this table. How do I do sorting here? Very simple. How do I do sorting? Very simple. All I need to do is to select my table and go to sort under data group. You are still under layout, table tool. Then you come to data group. Then you come to sort. Now it's asking me, how do I want to sort? Which of these headers do I want to use to sort? I want to sort using surname. So if I want the surname to be arranged alphabetically, that is from A to Z, I'll use as ascending. If I want it to be arranged from Z to A, I'll use descending. I hope you understand. So you can sort first by surname, then sort by first name, then by maybe age. And you can also sort by age first, depending on what you want. That is, the person that is older should come first before the other people. You can do age. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let me remove these other ones and focus on age first. The data type is number. Then I'm using paragraph. So how do I want it to do? Ascending from the lowest to the highest. So I'm going to say OK. So now you have stated it clearly that your list has header rows. So it means it's not going to factor this first row. But if you say no header row, it's going to factor this into it as well. So, but I said my list has header row. So I'll say OK now. As you can see now, you see that the list person is the person that comes first. Can you see that it has been rearranged? So that's how to do sorting. I hope you understand that. So I'm going to undo. Let's use another thing to do the sorting. We have selected the table. So let's go back to sort. Let's use surname now. From A to Z, that is ascending. Do you understand that? Or let's still use number. Let's do descending for you to see it. Descending now. Let's see. You see that the highest number is coming first, followed by the other ones. Do you understand that? So that's the way to do it. Let's go back to, let's undo. Then let's go back to sort. Then let's use surname. Okay. Then here you can, so the data type is text because you are not dealing with number when you're typing names. So you're going to use text. Do you understand that? If you're using date, you're going to use date. Do you understand? But this text. So we want it to be ascending from A to Z. So I'm going to say OK now. It has header row. Then look at it. So can you see it? The way it's been arranged. A comes first, followed by B, followed by J, followed by R. So do you understand that? In fact, very funny. The way we arranged the table was orderly. And as you can see, this is 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, not orderly. See, 4 is coming before 3. And 6 is coming before 5. So it's not orderly. So that's that. So you can see the rearrangement now. So A first, followed by B, followed by J, followed by R. So that's how to do sorting here. So I hope you've learned something from this video tutorial. Do you understand that? So you now know how to do many things. Let me also tell you that you can add bullet numbers right within this table. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's say here now, I want to put bullet now. I want to start bullet. I can come to my home tab, then come to bullet, click, and I'm going to be typing. When I'm done with the first one, I can click another one. Do you understand that? And type it. You can add anything, numbering and all that, just like you do with your normal document within the cell. Look at it when we inserted pictures. So these are things that you could achieve. So don't also forget that the other formatting you do to the normal document, you can do it here. Okay, let's say for example you want line spacing to be 1.5. Look at it, you can do it. Other ones could be done here. All these formattings could be achieved. You come to paragraph, apply these formattings. You could increase the font size. You could, all these things will still apply here. Do you understand that? The only difference is that you're working within a table, not on the normal document. Do you understand that? So I want to believe you've learned something. I've treated all this for you, and I've treated everything under the layout tab of the table tools. So take your time now and begin to practice and rehearse all the things you've learned. I think there's one more thing I want to show you. Now, if you don't want a border to show, it's very easy. You can use your border tool to do that. Now let's say as I'm in this cell, I don't want the bottom border to show. All I need to do is to click there, then go to border and off the border, the bottom border. Can you see that? So I've off it. If I don't want the top to show, I'll look at the top. If I want to bring them back, I'll go back and select them. They will come back. Go back to select bottom. Look at bottom here, bottom border, and they will appear. Do you understand that? So if you're in a box and you want the box to show, you can see this. Look at this. You don't want the entire box to show. You use outside borders. It would remove all of them. If you want them back, you click back, then you select it back and it will come back. If it's for the whole table, you can select the whole table. If you don't want borders, you can remove the entire border and say no border. Where is it? Can you see? No border. Do you understand that? So these are things that you could achieve with this particular what is it called now? Border tool. Do you understand that? If you don't want any border at all, no border. After selecting everything. If after selecting the whole table you don't want outside borders but you want other borders to show, you do it. If you want only inside borders, you do that. Do you understand that? So you can move, just play around them, you see their reactions, then you learn more. Do you understand that? Let's say I want to add a diagonal to this. I can go here. As you can see, diagonal here. It will do it. If I want it this way, it will do it. So play around them. Do you understand that? So, and I think this is where I'm going to stop in this video. I'm sure I've covered everything you need to know on table. Take your time, play around all the things you've learned now, and be better. So see you in the next video. Thank you.